Hello, Sigma ladies. Conflict is often seen as a battlefield, a place of frustration, stress, and division. But for us, it's something entirely different. To a Sigma female, conflict is a canvas for creating clarity, redefining relationships, and growing into the fullest version of ourselves. In this video, we'll uncover 6 rare and revolutionary ways Sigma females handle conflict. These aren't the tips you've heard 100 times before. These strategies are bold, creative, and uniquely tailored to the Sigma mindset. So get ready, because by the time we're through, you'll have a whole new toolkit for navigating tension with elegance, strength, and unshakable confidence. And before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the Sigma Lady, a space where independence and wisdom take center stage. 1. The Ghost Pivot, Mastering the Art of Invisible Influence. Picture this. A tense confrontation is brewing. The energy is high, words are flying, and the room feels like a pressure cooker. Most people would either lash out or shut down, but not a Sigma female. Instead, she uses what I call the Ghost Pivot. The Ghost Pivot is all about shifting the dynamics of a conflict without making it obvious. It's subtle, almost imperceptible, but incredibly powerful. The Sigma female becomes like a ghost in the situation, not entirely visible but very much present, observing everything with clarity. Let's break this down. The first step in mastering the Ghost Pivot is emotional awareness. Before reacting to anything, a Sigma female pauses and evaluates the emotional climate. Is the other person angry, scared, defensive? What's driving their behavior? By identifying the underlying emotions, she gains control of her own response. Next comes energy redirection. Say someone is shouting or being aggressive. Instead of matching their energy, the Sigma female lowers her voice, speaks slower, or even steps back physically. These small actions force the other person to adjust their behavior subconsciously. It's like resetting the thermostat in a heated room, but here's where the Ghost Pivot gets truly brilliant. It's not just about calming the moment, it's about seizing control of the narrative. A Sigma female might ask a question that shifts the focus entirely, like, "What do you really want to achieve here?" This question, though simple, pulls the other person out of their emotional spiral and forces them to think logically. This technique is so effective because it operates below the radar. The other person doesn't feel manipulated or controlled, they simply feel calmer and more open to resolution. And the best part? The Sigma female achieves all this without raising her voice, making accusations, or even taking the spotlight. In essence, the Ghost Pivot is about mastering the art of presence without dominance. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful move is the one no one sees coming. 2. Echo alchemy, turning negativity into empowerment. We've all been there. Someone throws a verbal jab, a criticism, or a pointed remark designed to cut us down. For most people, this would spark either defensiveness or self-doubt. But for a Sigma female, it's an opportunity, a chance to practice what I call echo alchemy. Echo alchemy is the art of taking someone's negative words and transforming them into something empowering. It's like turning lead into gold, but with conversations. Imagine this scenario. Someone says, "You're too opinionated. You always think you're right." Instead of getting defensive, a Sigma female might respond with, "You're right. I do have strong opinions because I take time to understand what I believe in." I think that's something we could all benefit from. This response does 3 things. It acknowledges the comment, which disarms the other person. It reframes the criticism as a strength. It subtly encourages the other person to reflect on their own stance. But echo alchemy isn't just about witty comebacks. It's also a mindset, a commitment to never let negativity stick. A Sigma female knows that other people's words only have power if she allows them to. By reinterpreting their remarks, she takes that power back and turns it into fuel for her own growth. Another layer to this strategy is compassionate reflection. If someone says something hurtful, the Sigma female might ask herself, why did they feel the need to say that? What insecurity or frustration are they projecting? This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it helps her respond with empathy rather than anger. Echo alchemy also works in professional settings. Imagine a Sigma female receiving harsh feedback at work. Instead of taking it personally, she might say, "Thank you for pointing that out. I'll use this as a chance to improve and deliver even better results." This response not only demonstrates maturity, but also positions her as someone who welcomes growth. The beauty of echo alchemy lies in its dual impact. It diffuses negativity in the moment while reinforcing the Sigma female's inner strength. It's a reminder that no matter what others throw at her, she has the power to transform it into something valuable. 3. The ripple effect, addressing conflict by shifting the bigger picture. Not all conflicts are born from personal disagreements. Sometimes the tension you face is part of a larger systemic issue. This is where the Sigma female's ability to think beyond the immediate situation shines. She uses what I call the ripple effect to address conflict not just on the surface, but at its source. The ripple effect starts with zooming out. Instead of focusing solely on the individual she's clashing with, the Sigma female asks herself, what external factors might be influencing this person's behavior? Are there broader patterns or cultural norms at play? How can addressing the root cause create a ripple of positive change? For example, imagine a Sigma female working in an office where a colleague is frequently dismissive or combative. Instead of engaging in a one-on-one battle, she might notice that the workplace culture itself fosters stress or unhealthy competition. Rather than reacting to the colleague's behavior directly, she tackles the systemic issue, perhaps by advocating for clearer communication channels, better management, or team-building initiatives. But the ripple effect isn't just about solving professional problems. In personal relationships, the Sigma female applies the same principle. If a family member or friend seems consistently irritable or critical, she might consider whether they're dealing with external pressures like financial stress, health concerns, or unresolved trauma. By addressing these larger issues, whether through support, conversation, or creating a safe space for them to open up, she resolves the conflict at its core rather than treating the symptoms. This approach requires empathy and foresight. It's not about excusing poor behavior, but about recognizing that people are often shaped by circumstances beyond the immediate moment. The Sigma female understands that by creating change at a broader level, she not only resolves the current conflict, but also prevents future ones from arising. The ripple effect is also about creating lasting solutions. While others might be content to win an argument or achieve a temporary truce, the Sigma female is focused on sustainability. She asks herself, what resolution will benefit everyone involved in the long run? This mindset turns her into a peacemaker and a problem solver, someone others naturally look to for guidance. Adopting the ripple effect takes patience and a willingness to see the bigger picture. It's not always the fastest route to resolution, but it's one of the most impactful. For Sigma females, it's not just about solving one problem. It's about creating a wave of positive change that extends far beyond the immediate conflict. 4. The velvet hammer. Strength disguised as softness. Sigma females are known for their independence and resilience, but their strength isn't always loud or aggressive. One of their most effective conflict resolution strategies is what I call the velvet hammer. This is the art of delivering tough messages with grace and empathy, combining firmness with tact. At its core, the velvet hammer is about maintaining respect while setting boundaries. For example, if someone crosses a line, a Sigma female doesn't lash out or shut them down. Instead, she might say something like, "I value our connection, but I need to be honest about what's not working for me." This approach makes it clear that she won't tolerate disrespect, but it also preserves the relationship by framing the feedback as an act of care. The velvet hammer works because it disarms defensiveness. People are more likely to respond positively to feedback when it's delivered with kindness rather than aggression. The Sigma female understands this intuitively, and she uses it to her advantage. But don't mistake this softness for weakness. The velvet hammer is still incredibly firm and decisive. When a Sigma female sets a boundary, she means it. The difference is that she doesn't rely on intimidation or anger to enforce it. She relies on her unwavering self-respect and her ability to communicate clearly. Another key element of the velvet hammer is choosing the right time and place. Sigma females know that timing is everything when it comes to tough conversations. They avoid addressing sensitive issues in public or when emotions are running high. Instead, they wait for a calm moment when both parties can approach the discussion rationally. The velvet hammer is also about being solution-oriented. Rather than focusing solely on what's wrong, the Sigma female offers constructive suggestions for moving forward. For instance, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," she might say, "I feel unheard in our conversations, and I'd like us to find a way to communicate better." This shifts the focus from blame to collaboration. Ultimately, the velvet hammer is a reminder that strength doesn't have to be loud or harsh. True power lies in the ability to stand your ground with grace, compassion, and unwavering confidence. 5. The emotional compass, guiding conflict with intuition. Sigma females are masters of navigating emotions, not just their own, but also those of others. They rely on what I call the emotional compass, an internal guide that helps them steer through conflict with empathy and precision. The emotional compass starts with self-awareness. Sigma females are deeply in tune with their emotions, recognizing when they're feeling angry, frustrated, or hurt. Instead of letting these emotions control them, they pause to analyze the root cause. They ask themselves questions like, "Why am I feeling this way? What triggered this reaction? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values?" This level of introspection prevents knee-jerk reactions and allows the Sigma female to approach conflict from a place of clarity and control. But the emotional compass doesn't stop with self-awareness. It also involves reading the emotional state of others. Sigma females are highly perceptive, often picking up on subtle cues like tone of voice, body language, and unspoken tension. They use this information to tailor their responses, ensuring that their words and actions address not just the surface issue, but also the underlying emotions driving the conflict. For example, if someone is lashing out in anger, a Sigma female might sense that the real issue is fear or insecurity. Instead of responding to the anger directly, she might say something like, "I can tell this is really important to you. Can you help me understand what's at stake here?" This approach diffuses the immediate tension and creates space for a more constructive conversation. Another critical aspect of the emotional compass is empathy without overinvestment. Sigma females care deeply about others, but they also know the importance of maintaining boundaries. They don't let themselves get dragged into emotional turmoil that isn't theirs to fix. Instead, they offer support from a place of stability, ensuring that they remain grounded even in the midst of chaos. The emotional compass is a skill that anyone can develop with practice. Start by paying closer attention to your own emotions and those of the people around you. Over time, you'll become more adept at navigating conflict with the same calm and intuitive precision as a Sigma female. 6. The adaptive shield. Flexing without breaking. In the face of conflict, some people build walls, shutting others out entirely, while others bend so much that they lose themselves. Sigma females, however, take a different approach. They use what I call the adaptive shield, a strategy that blends flexibility with strength. The adaptive shield is all about knowing when to stand firm and when to adapt. Sigma females understand that not every battle is worth fighting. They assess each conflict with questions like, is this issue aligned with my core values? Will this matter in the long run? What resolution will benefit everyone involved? If the conflict involves something trivial, a Sigma female might choose to let it go, conserving her energy for issues that truly matter. However, when it comes to her principles or boundaries, she stands her ground with unwavering resolve. This ability to adapt without compromising integrity is what makes the adaptive shield so powerful. It allows the Sigma female to remain true to herself while navigating the complexities of human relationships. Another key element of the adaptive shield is strategic compromise. Sigma females know that conflict resolution often requires finding middle ground. However, they approach compromise on their own terms. Instead of giving in to pressure, they frame compromises as collaborative solutions. For example, they might say, I'm willing to adjust my approach if we can agree on these key points. This ensures that their needs are met while also fostering cooperation. The adaptive shield also involves emotional resilience. Sigma females don't let setbacks or criticism shake their sense of self-worth. They view conflict as a learning opportunity rather than a personal attack. This mindset allows them to remain calm and composed even in the face of intense challenges. For anyone looking to develop their own adaptive shield, start by identifying your non-negotiables, those core values and boundaries that you're unwilling to compromise. Then, practice being flexible in areas that are less critical. This balance of strength and adaptability will help you navigate conflict with the grace and confidence of a Sigma female. And there you have it, Sigma ladies. 6 groundbreaking strategies for handling conflict with the wisdom, strength, and grace that define a Sigma female. From the quiet power of the ghost pivot to the intuitive brilliance of the emotional compass, these techniques aren't just tools, they're a way of life. If today's video inspired you, don't let this be the last step on your journey. Hit that subscribe button and become a part of the Sigma Lady community, a space where independence, resilience, and empowerment take center stage. Remember, conflict doesn't have to be a source of stress. With the right mindset and strategies, it can be an opportunity to grow stronger, forge deeper connections, and stand tall in your truth. Until next time, keep shining, keep evolving, and always stay unapologetically you. See you in the next video.